In this video, I want to talk about the school system in the Philippines compared to the Western countries, especially compared to my experience in Austria and Germany. Yes, sure, it's 20 or more than 20 years ago since I've been in school, so many things changed. I'm not up to date anymore that much, but still, it's very different here, very surprising, very, yeah, whole different world. And yeah, that's why I want to get into it and give you a broad overview of what you can expect from the schools. At the very first, they have school uniforms. They differ from each school. The kids usually the parents need to buy it on their own and make them their own sometimes. Some of the uniforms is just normal. It's, in my opinion, very revealing. Where I think, okay, maybe the young girls is not that appropriate with that kind of clothes, but okay, that's how it is, and we will have a few more takes on this matter. Then the next thing is when the kids go to school in the morning, usually they have to clean the school area. They need to use a broom or something to clean the school area. Then they're raising the flag, they sing the national anthem. Most of the time they have some prayer or something kind of that, which is already very, very different from us because in Austria we don't have any school uniform. Yeah, maybe in some private school, in some elite university or something, but not in the regular school. And we learn the national anthem like in the elementary once, we sing it once and then it's over. So I don't know my national anthem much, and I guess most of my other people in my country don't either, because it's not so important to us. We guess we never raise the flag or something, but that's how it is done here. There is a lot of focus here on other things than we do it in the West. For example, they have lots of dancing, practice, group dance or what that they make when there's some kind of visitors or special guest in the school, someone like shows up, someone comes over, then they always have some kind of kids, they make some performance and dance, some competition or whatever. And what they also have most of the time is once per year, so they have a school party with a competition, kind of modeling competition for the boys and the girls. They have many different outfits, evening gown, sportswear, schoolwear, regular clothes and something like that. And also that's a bit strange when you come here first time, when you then see that 10, 11, 12-year-old girls all styled up with the high heels, with the makeup, with the evening gown. And of course, then they look kind of already grown up, already adult, but they still young, not even teenagers sometimes. Or then they have this short bikini, swimwear, whatever. And of course, that's kind of strange when you think you're here in Philippines. It's a very conservative country. Even you're not allowed to, right? It's very strange when you kiss your wife in public, when you have a tattoo, when you have a piercing. There's plenty of conservative things here. You cannot wear a bikini in the beach without getting plenty of looks and plenty of comments. And on the other hand, it's normal that the kids are wearing very revealing uniforms, having competition where they posing and showing off and kind of things. So that's also very, very strange, very weird. But okay, that's how it is. Especially for me as foreigner, when I come to a school in the province or whatever, often it happens that they call me there. They want me to be the judge or to be a visitor or something, because it makes them special when there's a foreigner attending. So many times they call me to these kinds of events to witness, to be a judge, to give my opinion on that kind of things. And yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's also important here that you complete your school. So back in Europe, in Austria, usually you have your 90 school, and then you can decide if you want to go to university, higher school or something, or if you want to start to work, you need an apprenticeship for chef, for mechanic, for basically everything. Here you don't have an apprenticeship, and it's more or less expected that you study, because when you look for a job or something in a mall, even if you want to be a sales lady or stock the shelves or whatever, always they require a university degree, which is, in my opinion, also a bit strange, because for stocking the shelves and selling some goods or whatever, you don't need a university degree, at least not in my country. But that also gives you kind of an idea what's the education level here, because even you have the university degree, even everything is fine and you work many years there in a supermarket as a cashier, most of them still using the calculator. They don't understand the basic mathematics, how to count on the computer something, and don't try to start with other things like history, geography, or that kind of stuff. So don't expect too much from them. I don't say the people are stupid or something, not at all. In my opinion, it's just that the focus here is very different from the West. As I said, they focus more on discipline, on raising the flag, singing the anthem, making some dance moves, choreography, and then show or whatever. Or where in the West, it's much more focused on the education, on the educational system. I also have a bit of an insight since my wife is a teacher. For example, it's not common here that you have kind of a field trip. In my school days, it was normal, like once a year, whatever, you had a sports week, you had a hiking trip, you went to the national capital, you visit some historical sites or something like that, to really experience the history or their country or background of a country. That's not common here, at least not anymore, because there were some issues that kids got lost, that the teachers can't take the responsibility to take care about all the kids, because often one class has one teacher on 60, 70 students. So that's also very different, very big classrooms. And so they don't have, at least in the regular school, maybe in the elite school, in the private school might be different, but in the regular schools, they don't have any more field trips or sports weekend or something like that, or zoo. So it can happen that you have a partner 20, 30 years old and you go to the zoo and you first time see the animals there or whatever, no? Because that's not common here. That's not how it's done. Another thing is, it's not common anymore that you give homework, home tasks, which was normal for me in my school days. Every day you had some kind of task, some homework to do, and sometimes you had to do it until next day, sometimes on the next class or next week or something. It's not given here anymore. It's not happening here anymore, because the opinion is apparently that Sunday is family day and you don't want to disturb it, which is also kind of odd, because as far as I observe in my area, family day usually nothing much happen. It's just like every other day. They're just sitting around playing phone and drinking their guys or whatever. So it's nothing special, nothing like family about, in my opinion. And of course, it's also kind of a point that the kids most of the time spend all the day for the phone, for the TV, tablet, that kind of stuff. So not socializing or something. And in my opinion, that's all combined related to that even with a university degree or something, you cannot expect that much. You cannot ask them west, east, south, or some religion, geographic history, something like that. And that's kind of sad, but that's how the system here is. The school system doesn't really support them. Of course, the parents also not do something at home, then it's hard. But another thing was more what I experienced firsthand from my wife as a teacher, that the kids and the parents call and text until midnight. In my days, when school was over, it was over, and I would never ever had the idea to message or text or call my teacher 10 in the evening, 11 in the evening or something. Not at all. But for my wife, it was common every day until midnight. She received phone calls, messenger texts from the students, from the parents, asking about grades, asking about assignments, asking about tasks, asking about this, asking about that. And when I said, that's not your job anymore, you're out of school, your job is done, she just said, no, that's how it is here, that's new generation, that's her responsibility, she has to do that. And you also have to keep in mind that the teachers here earn maybe 20,000 pesos, maybe 300-400 euro. And that's not that much. And then we have to be available until the night, prepare an assignment, prepare the class. And then they go to the classroom. Sometimes in summer heat with 40 degrees, 35, 40 degrees. There's maybe a electric fan, aircon or something. It's also not so fun when you're in the heat, need to teach and everything. And then you have the small salary. Or another example is from my wife. She asked me something about, she wants to see on her book, on a world map, where is Ukraine, Russia, because of the conflict there. And I checked the book. I took a look. She was in high school and school something 2005 or something like that. And I checked the book. I didn't find Russia. I didn't find Ukraine. And the reason for that was because in a book, in her geographics book from 2005 around, was still the UdSSR. So they didn't split up. And of course, that's then also a big issue when when the books is 20 years outdated and it's not up to date anymore. And so for my wife, it was very, very good experience for her to see all the many things in real. When we went to Angkor Wat, when we went to Rome, to the Colosseum, to Athens, Greece, Thailand, to see many of the sites firsthand, or to the zoo and see the animals and so, because you don't have that here. And so in my opinion, my personal opinion, it's a different approach here. It's a different school system here. And the people, in my opinion, are not educated in the correct way. That's why you have the situation that they don't know plenty of things that we consider basic in Europe or in the Western countries. And like I said, it's related to the school system. It's related then maybe to the parents, to the home, and there wouldn't be some adjustment needed. But maybe that's just the way that it's wanted to be. It's the important things is that they know how to sing the anthem, they how to make some group dance, how to make the modeling, how to make the show. Maybe it's the important things here. So of course Europe is also not perfect. Our social system was not perfect. But I think I'm more or less happy to have my homework assignments, to have my field trips, to have some kind of education. It gave me a bit more basic knowledge than is taught here. And would be nice. I think it's if it would change, but I don't think so. And of course, it's also not really feasible when you have one teacher and 60, 70, 80 students, and you cannot really tackle everyone. You cannot make some kind of special approach. So it's hard. And yes,